Alright people, so guys, we're going to be talking about Everton. Now before I get into this, I've got two Everton friends on YouTube. First, NetworkMichaelD, please subscribe to him. Fantastic YouTuber, does vlogs of Everton, is a massive Evertonian, and he goes to games, reviews games. He's just a sensational YouTuber. Please subscribe to him and take him to whatever journey he wants to go on, because he's a great YouTuber. And also Sam Flint as well. He's a great young lad. He does vlogs with his mum. He goes to Goodison Park all the time. He's a great YouTuber. I really enjoy his videos. I recommend that you go and watch them. They are absolutely fantastic. So guys, let's get into this. So let's talk about Everton. So Vitor Pereira, the Shanghai SIPG manager, if I said that right, has ruled himself out of the Everton running. He wants to stay in China, so he's not going to take over at Goodison Park, as Everton were considering him. David Moyes was at the club for 11 years, and he has been linked with an interim job. Duncan Ferguson did a really good job against Chelsea, got the team going again. After Marco Silva was sacked, there's no surprise whatsoever about that, because Duncan Ferguson was, got the players playing for him. Marco Silva couldn't do that. Marco Silva, the sacking has been coming for a really, really, really long time. They get one win, and then they're back to normal again. They're back to square one. I thought he should have gone after the Norwich game. They were a bit unlucky against Leicester, but they lost that game, and they also lost to Liverpool, the Merseyside derby, 5-2. That sent me into the relegation zone, and that was the final straw. So in the end, the right decision was made. And then they got a performance against Chelsea. I think he'll take over. I think he'll take charge of the Man United game this weekend. Whether they get a manager in or not, maybe if they could get some results going, maybe he could take over for the rest of the season. You never know. Or you could get in, possibly some other managerial options. Carlo Ancelotti, who got sacked by Napoli after a 4-0 win over Genk, which is quite mad, actually. I think it's the second time I've seen a manager be sacked after winning the game. I think the last time that happened was Gary Monk at Middlesbrough. I don't know if he was sacked, but yeah, he left after a win. He didn't take another job. No, that's not it. I think he was sacked. And, Ancelotti's a great manager. They were doing a press conference yesterday saying that he's not concerned about, falling out with the players falling out with the president and the manager being under pressure about this could be in his final game. And it did prove to be his final game. And I think, Pochettino, I'd say why not? If I was Pochettino, I'd be like, well, it's a job, it's a Premier League, it's a big club. Yeah, I could take Everton back to where they should be, like I did with Tottenham. I think that's what Pochettino would think. Or would he leave the Everton job and go for the Man United job, because he wouldn't get the full pay from Spurs after his sacking if he went to Manchester United. So you don't know the options there. I don't think he'd go to Arsenal. Carlo Ancelotti has got 3 different clubs he could go to. West Ham, if they sack Pellegrini, because West Ham want to be one of those teams, like Everton have been over the years, and Spurs, and be challenging for the top 6. And, yeah, I think, personally, that it's a big stadium. I wouldn't go to West Ham, to be fair. I really, really wouldn't, because I'm not really trustworthy with the owners. I don't know why, I just don't really have a great feeling about them. I just don't. I wouldn't work at Newcastle, because I wouldn't trust Mike Ashley if I was a manager. Obviously, Newcastle have a manager, and he's doing brilliantly. Steve Bruce is. So yeah, but I'm just saying these are clubs I wouldn't want to work for or manage. Nothing against the fans, it's just the owners. I don't think I could trust them. I won't trust Arsenal owners. I won't. I really, really wouldn't. I won't work at Man United. I don't trust our owners. So you see, that's the thing, really. So I think Pochettino could make Everton giants. I think maybe Unai Emery, maybe the Arsenal job was a bit too big for him. I'm not saying Everton's a small club, but I think maybe Everton, he worked at Sevilla. Sevilla's not as big. I'm not saying Arsenal are as big as Barca because Arsenal have never won the Champions League, but I think Arsenal are bigger than Everton, and they are considered as one of the big clubs as they have won the Premier League before. Everton, I think they'd want to reach Tottenham's level, and maybe Emery could, because he's been such a success in the Europa League with clubs like Valencia. I think there'd be less pressure on him, in a way. So, there's a lot of options that Everton could look at. Apparently he's been approached, Unai Emery. So we might have more good evenings on Match of the Day in the future at Goodison Park. So you never know. It'd be quite mad, actually, if Emery got the job, because his first Premier League game will be against Arsenal, unless he takes over this week. He'll be playing it'll be against Man United. But this is the thing about football. Anything can happen. Football's a funny old game. Eddie Howe, would he leave Bournemouth? I don't think so. I think he could be a contender for big jobs in the future, but I don't think he'd go to Everton. I don't think he'd want to leave Bournemouth. I think he cares so much about Bournemouth because he's been there for so long. So that's my take on it. So yeah, for me, it's a tough one. There's a lot of options out there, and I think they've got to make the right appointment. Whether it's Emery, whether it's Pochettino, whether it's Ancelotti, whether it's Moyes, they've got to make the right decision for me, and I think they can't afford to make another mistake here. So yeah, Everton fans, give me your views in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm gonna do the Arsenal video next. I'll be back in a minute.